Dave Stevens for the Disability Channel, and I'm with Don Mattingly. His number's been retired as a Yankee, number 23, six-time All-Star, MVP, nine-time Gold Glover, father of four, stepfather to two. Am I forgetting anything?
You got it. You got it.
It's really an honor and a privilege to spend a little time with you. You know, I've followed your career. You should be in the Hall of Fame. We don't need to discuss that. But, you know, to watch how you've evolved as a player and to turn into a manager, what has that transition been for you?
It's been great, actually. I always, you know, especially towards the end of my career, I always felt that I loved helping players because the guys would come to me about hitting or something like that. And I loved, you know, just the interaction with the manager and the team, not just necessarily personally, but as a team. And I always was fascinated by how a manager, I felt like, kind of controlled the mentality of the ball club. And if he had the right mentality and he knew just when to say what he needed to say, it could be tough, it could be soft. And that communication, I thought, was so important to the length of a season and how your club played and performed. So that fascinated me. So it's been fun to make that transition.
You played for many characters. You've been around them. How did you evolve your own style? Did you take a little bit of Torrey and Piniella and Zim, or like what did you do to your heart?
I learned from all, to be quite honest with you. And I think the key is you always want to be yourself. And as I played for Billy Martin, there are things that I take from Billy and I would want to implement as a manager. And I wanted as a player, the mentality. There's also things about Billy that I didn't necessarily want to be part of my style. They weren't for me. Same with Luke Piniella, Buck Showalter, Bucky Dent. There was lots of guys, and there's actually lots of players that I played with, played against, liked this part of them, liked what they did with the fans or how they treated people. And I wanted to make that part of me. I wanted fans to have that same interaction with me, that they were comfortable talking to me. I think you take from everyone, and it becomes you. And there's things that you take that aren't necessarily good that you don't want to become part of you, and you use that too.
Now, my favorite Don Mattingly baseball moment, it's not a hit, it's not a glove play. Do you remember the moment when you went into right field a little bit and got that foul ball and reached into that popcorn and grabbed that? I mean, that's one of the most iconic moments. I mean, do you still remember that like it was a home run that won a game?
Oh, yeah, I remember it clearly. It was a foul ball that went about 6 rows up where I'm not going to catch it, but I got to the rail early, and everyone except this kid was looking at the foul ball, and he's looking right at me, and he's got this bucket of popcorn. It was probably as big as he was. And I asked him, I said, hey, can I have some of that? And he just kind of stared at me, so I grabbed a little bit, took him a ball the next inning. It said, hey, thanks for the popcorn, Don Mattingly, and it went from there.
We got a game I like to play. People that we know we've come in contact with, I'll say Goose Gossage. What comes to mind?
Intense.
Kirby Puckett.
Just great and big smile.
Rod Carew.
My idol.
And you've been here now. You like to teach the guys. What do you really try to give them a piece of you? What do you give Don and Mattingly to these guys that they take away as a player?
I try to take any experience that I've had, and I feel like I've had a lot. I was not a high draft pick, but also was a guy that at one point was the highest paid player in the game. Had won MVPs, but also made mistakes on the field that didn't go good. Spent 4.5 years in the minors. Knew how I felt when I first came up. Know how I felt when I first got paid, and that pressure you felt to perform, to prove that you're worth money. And so I take all those experiences, and if I see somebody going through it, then you just share a story, or share what you went through, and you hope that's something that they connect with, that they go, oh, he knows exactly how I feel, because I know exactly how they feel when they go for 4 or they're in a 1 for 15. I'll never forget that I went through the same things. So you don't ever want to go, oh, I never struggled and you guys can't do that. You know, it's about trying to share where they're at and try to ease the pressure a little bit.
All right, thanks a lot. Best of luck the rest of the way. 6 Grand Slams in one season. Don Mattingly, Donnie Baseball. We'll see you later.